Hello everyone and welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name's Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. In my work with my clients, I use both food and lifestyle as a way to help them lower their inflammation and improve their symptoms. So raise your hand if you've heard of the Low FODMAP diet. I bet everyone's hands are up. This is one of the most recommended diets for gastrointestinal issues, and most people are given very little guidance on how to properly do the diet, especially the reintroductions. So today I'm covering what low FODMAP is, how to do the diet, and what the reintroduction process looks like. So before I jump in, I just need to attach my usual disclaimer to this video that the information in today's talk is not the substitute for the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. This is for informational purposes only. Please consult your qualified health professional for any changes you make to your medical care. All right, the low FODMAP diet is one of the most studied and most recommended elimination diets out there. It was designed to help people with irritable bowel syndrome, or otherwise known as IBS. However, some practitioners use it to prevent SIBO reoccurrence in conjunction with either antibiotic or herbal treatment. Anecdotally, I hear medical professionals recommending low FODMAP for a variety of other conditions, whether it's suitable or not, and usually it's not suitable. So FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols, which is a mouthful. All of those long words, oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, polyols, they're all short chain carbohydrates that are not easily absorbed during the digestion process. So removing them from your diet helps improve digestive symptoms like bloating, gas, diarrhea, and pain. So this elimination diet is broken into 3 different phases. Phase 1 is your elimination phase, where we swap high FODMAP foods for low FODMAP foods. Low FODMAPs should be eaten for a period of 2 to 6 weeks, and during that time, you should see improvement in your symptoms. So Monash University is a fantastic resource for anyone following this diet. They have an app, extensive food lists, recipes, and basically everything you need to be successful. So FODMAPs include specific carbohydrates found in food, like I stated earlier, and these include fructose, lactose, fructans, galactans, and polyols. So let's break down each of these different carbohydrates to see what foods fall into those categories. So fructose. Mostly fruits have an excess of fructose, and this would include the fruits that have high fructose levels. So apples, bananas, pears, canned fruit, and watermelon, or large amounts of fruits in general. Dried fruit also falls into this category, as does fruit juice. Fructose also includes sweeteners like high fructose corn syrup, and honey. Lactose, so all animal milks, cow, goat, sheep, custard, ice cream, yogurt, soft unripened cheeses like cottage cheese, mascarpone cheese, ricotta, and cream cheese. Fructans, these include vegetables like asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, eggplant, fennel, garlic, leek, okra, onions, and shallots. It also includes wheat and rye, so like pasta, bread, crackers, gluten, essentially. Fibers like inulin, chicory, and then dandelion, which is, again, kind of a leafy green. Those also contain fructans. Galactans, found in all beans, baked beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, and lentils. Polyols are found in specific fruits and vegetables like apples, apricot, avocado, blackberry, cherry, nectarine, pear, plum, prune, watermelon. As you can see, there's some overlap between polyols and fructose. Veggies, green bell pepper, mushroom, and sweet corn. And then sweeteners that end in OL, like sorbitol, mannitol, xylitol. All right, so the low FODMAP foods are basically everything else. And there's medium, but there's, you can look up lists of low FODMAP foods, but it is a variety of fruits and vegetables, gluten-free grains, lactose-free dairy, hard cheeses, small quantities of sweeteners like maple syrup, molasses, and then sucrose and glucose in and of itself. So you eat low FODMAPs for a period of 2 to 6 weeks. Once you see improvement in your symptoms, then you can start reintroducing. So the reintroduction part is where people really kind of get a little bit thrown off, as with any elimination diet. So what you want to do is within each of those groups, you want to introduce one food per kind of specific FODMAP at a time, and you want to eat that food for 3 days, slowly increasing the portion sizes over those 3 days. And you also want to make sure you're watching for reactions. So really the goal here is to figure out, okay, what specific FODMAP bothers me, or what don't I tolerate? So you start with, I mean, you can really start with any group, but this is how I do it with clients. We test fructans, which includes testing garlic and onion. And then if those are fine, you can obviously then assume that other other foods in that fructan group are also going to be okay. So once you kind of test the foods that have the highest amount, if you tolerate those, then you can assume that you tolerate all the other ones. So fructans, garlic and onion, galactans, or also called galacto-oligosaccharides, chickpeas and lentils. Lactose would be milk and yogurt. The yogurt must be plain and unsweetened. Fructose is honey and mango. There's two different types of polyols. There's mannitol, which is found in cauliflower and mushrooms, and then sorbitol, which is found in apricot and avocado. So again, you would test each of those foods individually over the course of 3 days. And then the last phase 3, is basically personalizing your diet based on your phase 2 discoveries. So you have to notice, what foods you tolerated and at what amount. There is something called dose tolerance. So you might be able to tolerate a little bit of polyols, but not a lot of them. So then you have to figure out, okay, how much can I tolerate? You want to experiment with foods that you didn't tolerate, again, to see like what the upper limit is or how much you can eat. You also want to then add other foods within that food group to make sure that you can tolerate those foods. And continually, the other kind of key thing here is you want to continue to challenge the non-tolerated foods over time to see if things change, because they do. Your body continues to heal and grow, and so you may be able to tolerate those foods later down the road. You never want to cross anything off indefinitely. So as with any elimination diet, if symptoms don't resolve within 6 weeks, this is not the right elimination diet for you, and or something other than food is causing you issues. So while many people do this diet on their own, and again, Monash University has lots of guides that allows you to do it on your own, I definitely would encourage you to seek out a registered dietitian or someone who has experience in this. There's professional guidance goes a really long way in preventing nutritional deficiencies and preventing the development of disordered eating, which is a risk with any elimination diet. So just to recap, we talked about what low FODMAPs are, or FODMAPs are. We talked about the low FODMAP diet, the 3 different phases, and then, how you can start kind of implementing this. So if you need help managing your autoimmune disease, inflammation, digestive issues, or anything related to kind of underlying inflammatory issues, I would love to chat with you. In my YouTube profile, there is a link to book a free discovery call. You can go there, schedule a call. Would love to chat with you. Absolutely no obligation to sign on with me. This is just a way for you to get to know me and to see if my services would fit your needs. You can also access my website, where I have a very extensive blog on a number of different topics related to inflammation and autoimmune disease. My YouTube channel has also lots of great information there. If you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please hit the little subscribe button. These come out about every week. I'm really just trying to give you the information that you need to live gracefully with your autoimmune disease, because I know it is challenging. I have one myself. It's taken me a long time to get it under control and to be happy again. So I want that for you. So that is why I do this. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. You can email me directly as well. If you have any comments, you can contact me through my website. I am here to help. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.